Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, folks. Buckle up, because today we're diving into the world of big surprises hidden in small packages. That's right, today's episode is all about a coin that could turn your pocket change into a full-on payday. We're talking about the South African 50-cent coin from 2008, a modest little half-rand that could be worth up to $20,000. Yep, you heard that right, 20,000 US dollars. Sounds crazy? Too good to be true? Stick around, because once you hear the full story behind this unexpected treasure, you'll be flipping through your coin stash faster than a Vuvuzela solo in a stadium crowd. Let's rewind to South Africa, 2008. It's a time of political change, economic turbulence, and rising interest in national heritage. And right in the middle of all that, the South African Mint quietly releases a batch of 50-cent coins. At first glance, nothing seems out of the ordinary. Just a standard circulation coin made from nickel-plated copper, weighing in at 5 grams, featuring the national flower, the Strelitzia, in full bloom on the reverse. But what makes this particular coin a star isn't the flower. It's a mysterious anomaly, a rare error or low mintage variety that has collectors going absolutely wild. Here's the scoop. The 2008 50-cent coin has become one of the most sought-after pieces in South African modern coinage history. Why? Well, some versions of this coin were struck with subtle minting errors, misalignments, weak strikes, or irregular edges. Others are rumored to be low mintage variants that never made it into full circulation. And what happens when you mix rarity with demand? You guessed it, sky-high value. Uncirculated or error versions of the 2008 50C coin have been valued by collectors at up to $20,000, especially when professionally graded and authenticated. Let's not forget, coins are time capsules, and 2008 was no ordinary year. South Africa was grappling with national power crises, political transitions, and global economic pressures. Every coin minted during this era carries a piece of that story. For numismatists, coins from pivotal periods become far more than money. They're historical artifacts. And the 2008 50C is part of that narrative. So, what should you do if you think you've got one of these hidden gems in your stash? Check the date, flip over your 50C coins. 2008 is the golden number. Inspect the quality. Is it shiny? Sharp detail? No scratches or corrosion. That's a promising sign. Look for errors, off-center strike, missing elements, faint edges. That might be your jackpot. Get it graded. If your coin looks minty fresh or has unusual features, send it to a coin grading service. A professional grade can transform its value from spare change to serious cash. Protect it, keep it safe in a coin capsule or sleeve. Don't let wear and tear rob you of a 5-figure fortune. Now picture this. You're sifting through an old jar of coins. Something glints under the light. You pick it up, 50 cents, South Africa. The year, 2008. You take a closer look. Crisp strike, nowhere, and wait a second, is that a misalignment? Your heart skips a beat. Could this be the one? Could this tiny coin hold a $20,000 secret? There's only one way to find out. So tell us, have you ever come across a 2008 50-cent coin in your collection? Got one from change? Maybe picked one up at a flea market without even realizing its worth? Drop your story in the comments below. We love hearing from our fellow treasure hunters. And hey, if today's episode lit a fire in your coin-loving heart, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell icon so you never miss an episode of Rare Coin Archive. We've got more stories, more mysteries, and more hidden treasures coming your way. Until next time, friends, keep your eyes open, your coins clean, and your hopes high, because the next coin you find might just be the one that changes everything. Take care, and happy hunting! Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where ordinary coins become extraordinary treasures. Now imagine this, a tiny, copper-colored coin from South Africa, just 5 cents in face value, recently sold for a shocking $9,500. You heard that right? A coin you wouldn't give a second glance, now one of the most coveted African mint errors of the 21st century. Today, we're talking about the 2002 South African 5-cent coin, and trust me, you need to check your collection after this one. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and stay updated with the rarest coin finds from across the world. This might just be the video that makes you dig into your spare change jar. Let's rewind. South Africa introduced the 5-cent coin in 1961 during its decimal currency rollout. By 2002, the coin had changed material several times for cost and practicality. The 2002 version was made of copper-plated steel, lightweight, 21 millimeters in diameter, and about 4.5 grams. It featured two things: obverse, the newly redesigned coat of arms of South Africa introduced in 2000. Reverse, a striking image of the blue crane, South Africa's national bird, wings slightly raised, mid-stride. Now here's where things get really interesting. In 2022, a South African collector in Durban reported finding a strange-looking 5-cent coin from 2002. It had an unusual silver tone, felt slightly lighter, and looked off under a magnifying glass. After testing, experts confirmed it was struck on the wrong planchet, a disc not meant for this denomination. Add to that a possible double die error, and you're looking at a coin worth thousands. The coin sold privately for $9,500. So let's break it down. What makes this 2002 5-cent coin so valuable? Instead of copper-plated steel, the coin was struck on a nickel or aluminum-based blank, possibly a leftover from a 50-cent piece. This makes it an off-metal error, and collectors go wild for those. Using a loupe or magnifying lens, check the letters on Numismatics Africa and the crane's feathers. If the design elements look doubled, you may have a double die strike caused by die misalignment. Coins that grade MS65 or higher, meaning no wear, scratches, or discoloration, can fetch massive premiums. The $9,500 coin? It was graded MS66. Near perfection. While over 210 million of these coins were made for circulation, only 3,250 proof coins were struck in 2002. Those are extremely rare and often show up in high-end collections. The 2002 5-cent coin features the first full year of the new South African coat of arms design. Some early 2000s coins were struck during the switch from bronze to steel planchets, a known period of minting anomalies. The blue crane is critically endangered, adding emotional and cultural value to the coin's artwork. Time to grab your magnifying glass and start hunting. Here are 5 quick checks to see if your 2002 coin is the jackpot. Standard weight is 4.5 grams. Off by more than 0.2 g? That's a clue. It should be weakly magnetic. Not magnetic at all? Or strongly magnetic. Could be an error coin. The blue crane and lettering should be sharp. If the design looks doubled or distorted, get it examined. Normal equals warm copper tone. If yours looks silver, gray, or gold, it could be a planchet mismatch. A real coin will have a smooth, even edge. Cast fakes may show seams, bubbles, or tiny air holes. Why not 2001 or 2003? Because 2002 was a transitional year at the mint. New coat of arms, material changes, and die updates meant greater risk for minting errors and greater rewards for collectors. Pro tip: check 2001 and 2003 5-cent coins too. There have been reports of off-center strikes and alloy mismatches in those years as well. One little coin, one overlooked detail, one moment of curiosity. That's all it took for a Durban collector to turn 5 cents into $9,500. So next time you clean out an old drawer, check under your car seat, or sort through piggy bank change, take a closer look. Because sometimes treasure really does come in small, shiny packages. If you found this story valuable, give it a like, subscribe to Rare Coin Archive, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a potential jackpot. Got a rare coin story of your own? Drop it in the comments and you might be featured in a future episode. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting. And remember, one coin can change everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where spare change could turn into a fortune. Imagine this. A single coin, just 1 cent from South Africa, selling for more than $45,000. That's right. A coin most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up is now one of the most sought-after rarities in African numismatics. But what makes this 1988 South Africa 1 center so valuable? Why is this coin stirring up collectors around the world? And could you have one hidden in a jar at home? Stick with us, because this isn't just a coin story, this is your potential payday. Let's rewind. The South African 1 cent coin was part of the country's decimalization in 1961. It was small, bronze, and seemingly insignificant. By the 1980s, these coins were minted in the millions, used for bus fares, sweets, or just forgotten in dusty drawers. But in 1988, something unusual happened. A tiny number of 1-cent coins were struck with errors, the kind of errors that coin collectors dream about. On the surface, the coin looks ordinary. Reverse side, 2 sparrows perched on a branch, designed with naturalistic detail. Obverse side, the South African coat of arms, flanked by the country name in English and Afrikaans. But what hides in plain sight is the story of a wrong planchet, mint error, and flawless preservation. So, what makes this coin worth $45,000? Let's break it down. One known specimen of the 1988 1-cent was struck on the wrong metal disc or planchet. Instead of the standard bronze, it was struck on a nickel or aluminum bronze planchet, possibly from another denomination. This makes the coin a mint error, and mint errors can skyrocket value, especially when they involve a full metal mismatch. Look closely with a magnifying glass. On some rare 1988 1-cents, the text and details appear doubled, a result of misaligned dies during striking. Collectors call this a double die error. It's extremely rare and highly desirable. The high-value version of this coin was found in mint state, with no scratches, wear, or discoloration. It was graded MS66 or higher, meaning it's nearly perfect. For coins meant to be pocket change, that level of preservation is exceptional. Put these 3 elements together, and you get a 1-cent coin worth over $45,000. Of course, when a coin sells for that kind of money, scammers aren't far behind. So let's arm you with some quick tools to spot a fake before you get fooled. A normal 1988 1-cent coin weighs around 2 grams. Use a digital scale. Too heavy or too light? That's suspicious. Real 1-cent coins are not magnetic. If your coin sticks to a magnet, it's a fake or the wrong material entirely. Look at the birds, the coat of arms, and the rim. Real coins have sharp, clean lines. Fakes often look blurry, uneven, or off-center. Authentic coins have a warm, even bronze tone. If your coin looks silver, gold, or unusually shiny, it might be a planchet error or just a replica. Look at the edge. Genuine coins often have a smooth, uniform finish. Cast fakes may show bubbles, seams, or inconsistencies. Bottom line, if your coin passes all 5 tests, it's time to get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Why 1988? Why not 1987 or 1989? Because 1988 was a transitional period in South African minting. The country was preparing to phase out lower denominations and switch materials due to cost and inflation. Transitional years often result in experimental planchets, repurposed dies, and inconsistencies, all perfect ingredients for rare coins. Pro tip: also keep your eye on 1987 and 1989 1-cent coins. Some collectors have found similar planchet and die errors in those years too. One collector in Cape Town reportedly discovered a rare 1988 1-cent coin tucked inside an old cigar box. It had a strange silver tone. After months of research and verification, it sold in a private collector's auction for $45,000. No hype, just a forgotten coin, a keen eye, and a little luck. Imagine checking your old piggy bank and discovering a treasure hiding in plain sight. So there you have it, the 1988 1-cent coin. A tiny slice of bronze that could change your life. From forgotten drawers to global auctions, it proves once again, no coin is too small to be valuable. If you learned something new, give this video a like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon so you never miss another hidden treasure. Got a rare coin story? Tell us in the comments, we'd love to feature it in a future video. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, one coin can change everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, folks. Buckle up because today we're diving into the world of big surprises hidden in plain sight. That's right, today's episode is all about a coin that could turn your average pocket change into a jaw-dropping jackpot. We're talking about the South African 2 Rand coin from 2010, a sleek little silver-colored beauty that, under the right conditions, could be worth up to $30,000. Yep, you heard that right, $30,000. Sounds like something out of a treasure hunter's fantasy? Too good to be true? Stick around, because once you hear the full story behind this high-value hidden gem, you'll be racing to check your old coin jars faster than a lion chasing lunch on the savannah. It was a year of global focus, national pride, and celebration. South Africa was hosting the FIFA World Cup, the first ever on African soil. The country was on fire with excitement, and amid all that energy, the South African Mint quietly released a batch of 2 rand coins. At first glance, nothing fancy, just a standard circulation coin, nickel-plated copper, weighing in at 5.5 grams, featuring the famous black wildebeest galloping across the reverse. It's part of South Africa's iconic Big Five wildlife series, beloved by locals and collectors alike. But here's where things get really interesting. Some 2010 2 rand coins were minted with extremely rare variations or errors. We're talking about off-center strikes, die cracks, missing design elements, or even misaligned edges. And then there are whispers in the numismatic community about a low-mintage variant that may never have reached full public circulation. When you mix rarity, historical context, and collector demand, you get one explosive combo, and that's exactly what's pushed certain examples of the 2010 2 rand coin into the $30,000 valuation range, especially when they're in uncirculated condition and have been professionally graded. Coins are more than currency, they're time capsules. And 2010 was a year etched in South Africa's modern legacy. Between the massive World Cup celebrations, national unity efforts, and booming tourism, everything minted in the year carries extra weight, symbolically and literally. The 2010 2 rand coin captures that exact moment in time. And for numismatists, that means value. Combine that with extremely limited error versions, and what you've got is a coin that's become one of the most desirable modern coins in South African numismatics. Here's your checklist. Check the date, flip the 2 rand coin, and lock your eyes on 2010. Inspect the details. Is it bright? Well struck? Sharp edge? That's already a good sign. Hunt for errors, any signs of doubling, misalignment, weak strikes, or missing features. Jackpot potential. Get it graded. If your coin looks pristine or has unusual quirks, send it off to a coin grading service. A ProGrade can shoot your coin's value into the 5-figure club. Protect it. If you've got a winner, keep it in a coin sleeve or capsule. A scratch could cost you thousands. You're sorting through an old drawer. Maybe you're cleaning out a piggy bank. You spot a 2 rand coin, looks ordinary. But wait, the date? 2010. The edge? A little off. Could it be? Is that a die crack? Suddenly your hands are shaking. Could you really be holding a $30,000 treasure? There's only one way to know for sure. So tell us, have you ever come across a 2010 2 rand coin? Maybe you got one in your change after buying groceries, or found it tucked away in a relative's old purse. Did you check it for errors? Drop your story in the comments below. We absolutely love hearing from fellow treasure hunters. And hey, if this episode lit that coin collecting fire in your heart, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell icon so you never miss another thrilling episode of Rare Coin Archive. We've got more stories, more secrets, and more surprises coming your way. Until next time, friends, keep your eyes open, your coins clean, and your dreams big. Because the next coin you find might just be the one that changes your life. Take care and happy hunting. Welcome back to Rare Coin Archive, where spare change could turn into a fortune. Imagine this. A simple 2-cent coin from South Africa, minted in 1979, selling for over $14,500. That's right. A coin most people wouldn't even glance at is now one of the most sought-after rarities in African numismatics. But what makes the 1979 South Africa 2 cents so valuable? Why is this tiny bronze piece stirring up collectors around the world? And could you have one hiding at home right now? Stick with us, because this isn't just a coin story. This could be your unexpected payday. If you love discovering hidden gems and stories that turn pocket change into profits, hit that subscribe button and smash the bell icon so you never miss a future episode of Rare Coin Archive. Now, let's rewind. In the 1970s, South Africa was steadily producing its decimal coinage, small bronze coins used every day for bus fares, sweets, and savings jars. The 2-cent coin, introduced in 1965, was made from bronze and featured the king protea on the reverse, South Africa's national flower. On the obverse, the coat of arms, framed by the country's name in both English and Afrikaans. By 1979, millions of these coins had been minted, But something unusual and incredibly valuable happened that year. To most people, the coin looks normal. But to trained eyes and lucky collectors, a few rare versions stand out. Let's break down what makes these 1979 coins worth over $14,500. In rare cases, the 1979 2-cent was accidentally struck on the wrong type of metal disc, what collectors call a planchet. Instead of the usual bronze, it was struck on a nickel, aluminum bronze, or even silver-toned planchet, possibly borrowed from another coin denomination. These mismatches are incredibly rare and highly collectible. If your 2-cent coin looks lighter, shinier, or has a silver or golden tone, pay attention. It might be one of the error coins that sent collectors into a frenzy. Some 1979 2-cent coins also display a double die error, caused when the coin is struck twice, slightly off alignment. This creates a ghosting effect, especially visible on letters or fine details of the protea flower. Collectors love double die coins, and the value goes way up when paired with a planchet error. Mint state condition, most of these coins were pocket change, scuffed, scratched, and tarnished. But one of the high-value 1979 2 cents was discovered in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher. That means no wear, no damage, and perfect detail. Put all three factors together, wrong metal, double die, and mint state, and you've got yourself a coin worth over $14,500. Now, when a coin's worth that much, the fakes are not far behind. So here are 5 quick ways to spot the real deal. Now, when a coin's worth that much, the fakes are not far behind. So here are 5 quick ways to spot the real deal. Coin check basics. Weight test. A real 1979 2-cent coin weighs about 5 grams. Too light or too heavy? Be cautious. Magnet test. Bronze and nickel coins are not magnetic. If it sticks to a magnet, that's a fake. Detail check. Real coins have crisp, clean lines. Look at the flower, coat of arms, and lettering. Blurry or uneven, likely a replica. Color check. Bronze coins should have a warm brown or red-brown tone. Silver or gold colors could mean an error or a fake. Look closely. Edge inspection. Authentic coins have smooth, even rims. Fakes often show casting bubbles or seams on the edge. So why this specific year? Well, 1979 was a transitional time at the South African Mint. Inflation, rising production costs, and shifting metal supplies meant occasional use of leftover or incorrect planchets, leading to rare mismatches. These transitional periods are a goldmine for collectors, with a higher chance of errors and anomalies slipping into circulation. One such coin was reportedly found in a Cape Town drawer, looking slightly off-color, almost silver. After months of research, grading, and expert verification, it sold at a private auction for over $14,500. A forgotten coin, a curious glance, and a life-changing discovery. So there you have it, the 1979 South Africa 2-cent coin. A piece of bronze most people ignored, that turned into a collector's dream. From pocket change to payday, this coin proves no coin is too small to be valuable. Thumbs up if you learned something new. Give this video a like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon so you never miss another hidden treasure. Got a rare coin story of your own? Drop it in the comments, we might feature it in a future episode. Until next time, stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, one coin can change everything.